Brightland Tech, the scenario, tests us on inventory logic. Let's take a look. Brightland Tech must develop an aggregate plan for the following 5 months of demand. Okay, so here we have a table, and here's their forecast for the next 5 months. Now, some information. Brightland has 50 units in inventory at this time, and the company intends to produce 150 units a month for the next 5 months. Oh, good to know. Following a perfectly level aggregate plan. Now, if you look ahead to the questions, like the first one, based on the Brightland's plan, what would the ending inventory be at the end of month 4? Oh, you know what? The best way to tackle this problem would be to expand that table. And actually, if you have the note frame, that there was deliberately some blank space left below the table because this is the forecast. The questions, if you scan ahead, are all about inventory levels. Easiest thing to do is just add a row here, production. Let's just turn this into an actual aggregate plan instead of a description of one. They're saying they want to produce 150 a month in a perfectly level plan. We're just going to note that. We're going to make that a row, a new row on this table, right? And then another row, inventory, specifically ending inventory. And I want to leave an extra space here for my starting inventory of 50 because now I have essentially a worksheet to piece together what each of the questions is asking. Okay. Right. The first question, for instance, is asking for ending inventory at the end of month 4. Why don't we just find out the ending inventory for each one of the months? Easy enough, because think about it. Look here at the first month. We're going to start with 50. That's what it says. They have 50 in inventory at this time. We're starting with 50. We'll produce 150. That means a total of 200. But the demand in the first month is 200. So that's going to wipe that away, which means that our ending inventory is 0. Oh, now what did I just do? It's known as inventory logic. Ending inventory for a particular time period, like I was working on month 1, is the beginning inventory. That was that business about, oh, there's 50 plus whatever you produce. That was the 150 minus the demand, whatever was used up or shipped out. That was the 200. Now, actually, okay, let's look at, for instance, then employ this for the second month. The ending inventory for the second month. It's the beginning inventory for that month. Now, wait a minute. Where do you get beginning inventory for a certain month? The beginning inventory for a certain month, it's just logic. It's the ending inventory for the month before. I'm writing T-1. Oh, okay, so in the case of the second month up here, the ending inventory of the month before, month 1, ended with nothing. That's what we're starting month 2 with. Oh, okay, so we start with nothing. We produce another 150. That means there's 150 in total available. The demand is 50, so minus 50. That means we've accumulated 100 in inventory at the end of the second month. Then for the third month, you start with that 100. In production, add another 150. That's a total of 250. And then subtract out the 200 because that's what we used up. And the ending inventory for month 3 will be 50. In the case of month 4, 50 plus 150 minus 200. Month 4, we're going to end with nothing again. And then in the case of month 5, 0 plus 150 minus 150, we're going to have nothing in inventory again. Now this problem was asking for month 4, so the answer to the problem is 0. There will be nothing. That's like my answer right there. Okay, the circle that I drew, 0. There'll be nothing in inventory at the end of month 4. We determined that. All right, now what else do they want to know about this plan? Based on the Brightland Associates plan, what would the average inventory be during month 2? Oh, average. What I calculated on my table was ending inventory, what you ended with. Average inventory is similar but not the same. It's beginning inventory plus ending inventory divided by 2. To determine the average inventory in a period, you're basically averaging the beginning and the ending inventory of that period. Now, to answer this question, which month were they asking? Month 2. Okay, I got to go back to my table and retrieve those numbers. Month 2 begins with nothing in inventory, the ending inventory of the period before, and ends with 100. Those are the two numbers that I need. 0 plus 100 divided by 2 is an average inventory of 50. On average, there'll be 50 units in inventory. Okay, next question. What are the total inventory holding costs over these 5 months of Brightlands Associates plans, given that it costs 50 cents to hold 1 unit in inventory for 1 month? Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to tally the ending inventory. What it's saying is to hold something in inventory for a month is 50 cents. If it's in ending inventory, the assumption is that it stayed there for the month. Okay, so based on ending inventory levels, well, I just want to, now notice this 50 here, that's what we started with. It's asking about this time period here. Those are the numbers that we want. All right, so we would just say 0 plus 100 plus 50 plus, you don't even really have to include the zeros. I'm just doing that, I would guess, for the sake of completeness. So there's 5 months. Anyway, each and every one of those times 50 cents, that's where we get a total of $75. Okay, because it's essentially 150 times 0.5, or a total inventory cost over those 5 months of $75.